Hey yo, it's Brian here. Today talking about the San Francisco 49ers. As always, going to be discussing my top 3 MVPs for this 2019 campaign. These are players that were the most indispensable people in our squad. They were the reason why we went 13-3 and they just had a big impact for us on the field. So going to be talking about that. It should be a fun time. Hope you guys do enjoy this video. Just reviewing the 2019 season all week long, and then next week we can talk about the playoffs, who we're playing next. I don't know yet until the playoffs are over on Sunday. So yeah, it should be an interesting time. But anyway, just want to go over the 2019 season all week long because they deserve a lot of recognition. To go 4-12 all the way to 13-3, NFC West title, number 1 seed. I think that's just an amazing accomplishment. Just wanted to celebrate this right now, and hopefully we can get to the real work next week. Anyways, going to get the video started, but before I do, please like and subscribe. That definitely helps out a lot. And yeah, let's just get this started. 49ers top 3 MVPs for the 2019 campaign. Starting off with number 3, I'm going to be going with defensive rookie Nick Bosa. Defensive rookie of the year, pretty much hands down. Almost defensive player of the year if you could really make a case for him, which I could definitely. He is an MVP for the defensive line and the defense in general. When the 49ers last year, their defensive line was not that good at all. They were not able to get pressure to the quarterback. Getting him in the draft, number 2 pick overall, he has made the biggest difference on that line. He had 9 sacks all year long as a rookie. He could have had more had he not been double teamed all year long at the D4 going out, but at the same time, 9 sacks, second behind Eric Armstead. I think that's a really good thing for him. I expect him to be dominant even more for the next couple of years. He's just getting started, and that's the scary thing about him. I think this is just his start of a great NFL career, and I believe he's going to have even more great seasons in the next couple of years. He could be like Aaron Donald, just absolutely dominate the defensive line and the edge rusher position. He could be the premier man in the next couple of years as the top defender in the league. So I expect him to get even more honors, but this year so far, just a quick small sample size of him, awesome already, and I believe he's a future Hall of Famer the way he is playing right now. If he could just stay healthy and just keep getting to the quarterback, he will be a Hall of Famer, no doubt. So Bosa, rookie already, making an impact on the defensive line, and this year has shown that we are a dominant defensive line. He deserves the number 3 spot on our list. Number 2, going to be going with quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. You're wondering, wow, why am I putting him at number 2, not number 1? Because he's the quarterback. Well, I'll talk about that in a second. Anyways, Garoppolo, one of the great quarterbacks, I think, this year in 2019. A pretty underrated season just because of the fact our defense was just so dominant that Jimmy, early on in his whole season in 2019, he hadn't really had to do too much. There was just a couple of games where he was just completely cruise controlling. He had maybe a touchdown or two, didn't turn the ball over too many times later on in the season. Early on, he did have some problems with turning the ball over, whether it was fumbles or whether it was just bad interceptions. I think he's really improved upon that, and in the playoffs, he's definitely going to have to really cut the turnover down, be very careful on what he does in every play ever since the divisional round all the way to the Super Bowl potentially. So Garoppolo so far, 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. I think that's a really good sample size for his first year as the starting quarterback for the 49ers. Some of the things to talk about: when the defense is down, Jimmy Garoppolo, when his number needs to be called, when he needs to get in a shootout with quarterbacks like Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, Jared Goff, he will get into a shootout and he will prevail, in which we've seen that all year long in the second half of the season. He's been able to just give good games after good games after good games. It's been a weird transition for him, in my opinion, just because early on, as I said, he was really conservative. He didn't really have to do too much. He was just running the ball. But now, with the running game being a little bit down and the defense being down with a lot of injuries, he has had to step up, and he definitely stepped up big time. Also, he's a clutch quarterback. 2 3rd-and-16s against the Rams on Saturday night. Very impressive. So Garoppolo, definitely, he is one of the great quarterbacks so far this year in 2019. I expect him to get even better for the 2020 season. So Jimmy G, give him a lot of credit. I give him credit all year long, and he definitely deserves a lot of marks. I think he's a big reason why we were 13-3 this year, because had he been healthy last year in 2018, it might have been a different season. But this year, with a quarterback that is reliable most of the time and he can really make big plays, he is clutch, he's not scared of the big moments. That is a big difference for me, in my opinion. So Jimmy G, number 2. And finally, number 1, in my opinion, the number 1 MVP guy for the 49ers this year is definitely tight end George Kittle. Seriously, he is the top guy in San Francisco, the most entertaining guy on our roster right now. He makes everything happen. The offense flows through him. Yes, Jimmy G is important. Yes, Emmanuel Sanders is important, but George Kittle, he needs him definitely. When he was out for the 2 games, I think, against the Cardinals and the Seahawks, it was a big difference in terms of the offense. It wasn't the same. Jimmy could make some big plays and what have you, but at the same time, not having your security blanket and your tight end, that was a big loss, definitely. So having him back against the Packers all the way until now, he has made a big difference. Yards at the catch, man, being able to just block as well. We've seen the game against the Ravens, blocking for Raheem Mostert. He loves to do that as well. He is just a complete package of a tight end today. Most tight ends today, they would just rather just catch the ball or just block completely, like Jimmy Graham in Green Bay. He likes to just catch the ball, not block at all. But George Kittle, he loves blocking. He loves catching the ball. And I mean, I don't know what else to say. The offense runs through him, and we've seen that for the past couple of years now as the 49ers starting tight end. Last year, he was able to adapt to many quarterbacks, from Jimmy Garoppolo before he got hurt, to C.J. Beathard, to Nick Mullins, and now with Jimmy Garoppolo full time. It was just awesome to see his evolution, definitely from 2018 all the way to now. He has done an amazing job, and I expect him to do very well in the playoffs this year. He is an important part of this offense, and with getting Emmanuel Sanders, he has been even more open, in my opinion, to see what he can do, and he's been able to absolutely execute perfectly. So, yep, George Kittle, number one, in my opinion. Jimmy Garoppolo could definitely use him, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a great ride between both of them in the playoffs. Yep, that's it, guys. Please let me know who you guys got for the top MVPs for the 49ers in 2019. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe. That's going to help me out a lot. I'll be catching you guys up probably tomorrow when I talk about more things about the 2019 regular season, and then during the weekend, I'll translate to the playoffs, and then on Monday and Tuesday, I'll have my edge-to-edge prediction videos coming up for whoever team we play in, whether it's Seattle, Philadelphia, or Minnesota Vikings. I'll see y'all then. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Happy New Year. First video 2020, and I'll catch you guys up tomorrow. Good night.